cavemen walked 20 miles every single day. That's like going to the grocery store and back if the grocery store was full of angry animals. You are grug. Why would you do that? Picture this: you wake up in the cold, damp cave. You have no pillow, just a rock. No coffee maker, just a very long walk. Why? Because dinner is out there, just waiting to be chased down. Ancient humans were not like modern humans, who spend hours sitting. Ancient humans ran, jogged, and walked everywhere. Imagine modern life with no chairs. No Netflix binge watching while eating potato chips. Just you, a rocky path, and a good chance of being chased by a saber-toothed tiger. But here's the crazy part. While most animals pant to cool down, grug's ancestors had a superpower: they could sweat. Yes, they were like walking misters on a hot summer day. This is how ancient people perfected what's called persistence hunting. It's when you chase an animal until it collapses from heat exhaustion. Run, 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 and don't forget to stretch, because a fall could turn you into lunch. So, they walked 20 miles daily for food. But how did they know where to go? Well, they didn't have GPS or even a good sense of direction. Turn left at the giant rock was literally a game of chance. Territories stretched for hundreds of square miles. One wrong turn and you end up in the land of the lost, or worse, the land of the angry mammoth. You'd better believe they kept track of where seasonal plants and water were located. Who needs a calendar when you can just follow the sun? They might have called it plant o'clock or water time. But wait. You think you're getting aches and pains from sitting too long? Try running 20 miles every day. Grug imagines complaining to your roommate, "Oh, my back hurts from all this walking." You think that's bad? I stubbed my toe on a rock and now I can't walk for 3 weeks. And it gets worse. Ancient humans didn't have good medicines for sore muscles or injuries. If you break your arm, congratulations. You just became a snack for a wolf. Grug have broken bone? Now grug have wolf friend. Let's not forget about food. When they finally caught their dinner, they celebrated. But ancient food prep is not like modern cooking channels. No Gordon Ramsay yelling at you to put a pinch of salt. They just roasted their meat over fire that they probably cooked up after hours of trial and error and a few singed eyebrows. Oh, and dating? Forget about swiping left or right. Ancient humans had their own version of this relationship as a trap. One wrong move could mean breaking up with your life. Grug love you? Grug also love bigger cave with fewer predators. Now, let's do a quick countdown of the reasons cavemen walked all that way. Number 5, survival. Can't eat dirt, friends. Number 4, sweat power. While Bambi pants, Grug just keeps running. Number 3, exercise. Who needs a gym membership when you have a mammoth chasing you? Number 2, finding water. Modern people complain about going to the store. These guys had to find life-giving water like it was a hidden treasure. And the number 1 reason cavemen walked 20 miles daily? They had no choice. They were stuck in a prehistoric Instagram reel without a filter. But here's the twist. As modern humans sit in chairs, watching screens, we forget the power of walking. That ancient workout gave us the body we have today, and then we ruined it with chairs. Grug see chairs. Chairs bad. So, if you're ever tempted to skip the gym, just remember, Grug's still mad about the mammoth. Evolution is real, but Grug would much rather chase antelope than hit the treadmill. As Grug thinks about how far we've come, he also wonders why we complain about a busy life. Imagine walking 20 miles just to avoid a hungry wolf. That's life as a cave person, sweaty, dangerous, and totally worth it for lunch. If only they knew about Uber Eats. So, the next time you're walking your dog for 20 minutes, just think about ancient humans walking 20 miles without a place to sit down. It's a miracle Grug found his way home without asking for directions. Now Grug wants you to walk to next video, or Grug will explain funny things about ancient tools. You better not find a broken bone on the way. Imagine waking up and knowing you have to hunt. Not just grab a quick breakfast but run for it. That's your morning motivation. Now, there's more to it than just exercise. Grug used to think of this as nature's gym, but it was really life or death. And let's be honest, those were some serious cardio sessions. Grug would be sweating like a mammoth in July. But Grug has a very important question. What if you didn't catch anything? That's right. Grug loved running, but no food equals a very hangry caveman. You think you get crabby when you skip lunch? Try going all day without a snack. All that walking just to end up with a handful of berries. Grug say, no thanks, I want meat. But let's switch gears for a second. You know how modern humans adore their fancy tools, the latest smartphone, the perfect kitchen gadgets? Grug's ancestors had some pretty nifty inventions too. They didn't need a blender to make a smoothie, they had a rock and sheer willpower. Grug need breakfast. Grug smash berry with rock. Very good. Speaking of tools, ever think about how they made a spear? They didn't just stroll over to a store or scroll through an online catalog. Nope. They had to find the right stick, sharpen it, and maybe hope it doesn't break when you're facing a saber-toothed tiger. Grug make spear. Spear should not break. Everything should not break. And here's the kicker. There was no such thing as warranties for caveman tools. If your spear broke, you might as well wave goodbye to your dinner and your dignity. Grug have fresh dinner. Oops, now Grug just have a broken stick for friends. Let's not forget about the caves. These dark, damp spaces were their homes. No insulation, no electricity, just a rock and a crudely drawn cave painting. Grug see cave painting of mammoth. Grug think, wow. That mammoth better be fast with all this walking. You'd think cave dwellings would be all cozy and homey, right? But picture a cozy cave with a bunch of cavemen. You thought your roommates were messy? Grug can tell you tales of a cave overflowing with bones and leftover grubs. Grug want tidy cave. Grug need to find new roommate. Roommates with good hygiene were hard to find, and if you did, they likely came with complications too. Relationships. Modern dating is like trying to find love in a sea of awkward bios and terrible pickup lines. But back then? It was about who could throw a spear the best or who had the shiniest rock. Grug want girl? Grug show strength. Grug throw rock far. Let's be honest. If you were bad at hunting, you probably ended up single. And who could forget about the shivering cold nights? Modern humans complain if their thermostat goes above 68 degrees. Cavemen had to find fire slowly, painfully, and often with hilarious results. Grug tries to start fire. Grug just end up feeling like a giant fireball. All that walking would just make you a little more tired, and you'd lay there wondering why you ever started hunting in the first place. Grug see cave. Grug look for fire. Fire good. If they manage to make fire, then it's party time. A massive gathering would happen. You know that smell when you grill outside? Imagine that every night with your tribe hanging out, roasting whatever they caught. The catch of the day could even be some questionable leftover mammoth. Grug sniff. Smell funny. Must be ancient leftovers. Eating was less fine dining and more, let's not get eaten while they chew our dinner. One moment you think you have dinner, the next, you've become dinner. Imagine finding yourself competing with wolves over the last bite of your mammoth steak. Grug really upset now. Grug want to eat. Grug like meat. But here's the part that really gets Grug chuckling. The ancient resident struggle was real. It wasn't just about walking 20 miles. It was about surviving every step of that wild journey. On the way, you might come across other tribes. Lord help you if they mistook you for a rival tribe member. Grug hope they see Grug wearing unmistakable color, blue from many berries. How do you solve conflicts back then? Not with emails and endless meetings, but with fierce shouting and spear-throwing contests. Grug prefer talking. Grug want to avoid fighting. But Grug also want berries. But things got wilder when it involved the DIY nature of their lives. Those caves? They changed with the seasons. For summer, they'd have to travel. But if you're moving your group of friends, which, by the way, included your entire family, that's like moving a modern-day couch in a small apartment. If someone stubbed their toe, there was no first aid kit. Grug see toe. Grug got problems. And when it was time for migration, everyone had to pick up and move. Imagine packing in a rush, but instead of a suitcase, you've got a bundle of sticks and rocks. Grug's luggage is literally harder than my life. Grug has to stress about pure survival tactics, and here's how they really got their cardio in. When animals have a pack of hungry cavemen chasing them, they have to outrun the competition, or have a good excuse to avoid dinner. You've seen a gazelle leap, right? They're fast. But because of persistence hunting, those ancient runners stayed on it for hours. Imagine them like that dog that runs after a ball until you throw it again, only this dog is literally fighting for its life. Grug would have loved the Netflix show Ultimate Beasts. But nature was the real drama. So where does that leave us today? With all the conveniences of the modern world, we hardly walk. After all, grueling workouts don't come with the same thrill. Grug ponder on human evolution, and it's like getting into a car without putting on the seatbelt. Grug realize life was less comfortable then, but probably more fulfilling. More dogs chasing, fewer chairs breaking. So, can we appreciate our bodies a little bit more? Let's face it, walking 20 miles used to be a necessity, not a workout. Grug fully acknowledges that waking up to a rock pillow every morning is a game changer. More focused on food, less on a comfy coffee spot. And as Grug reflects on a life of sweat, blood, and way more cardio than modern humans will likely ever face, there's a lesson in there somewhere. Grug suggests, walk more. Just find way to avoid wolf. Next time you hear someone complain about a long walk, you can remind them that Grug was out there chasing after his lunch, sweating buckets and praying he wouldn't take a wrong turn into ancient traffic. And while modern humans sit at their desks, Grug just wants you to think, a little walking never hurt anyone, but a lot of mammoth might. So, there it is. Walking 20 miles every day was more than cardio, it was survival, history, and a glimpse into an ever-evolving existence. And now, as modern life moves forward, Grug has one thought: you have been marked not by your cave but by your capability to appreciate. So walk, run, or even dance if you have to, just keep moving. Make sure you don't trip on those broken bones. So Grug wants to see you in the next video, learning about the hilarious tools of ancient life. Stay tuned, but watch your step on the way there.